The Cheeseboy 628 Show, starring Cheeseboy 628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here, today giving you a UU tier Pokemon Showdown battle. Yep, it's been requested for a while that I do some more UU, so I thought, you know what, might as well bring up this battle because this is a pretty good team I've had for a while. It's definitely quite the stally team, where I've got half pokes being physically defensive, the other half being more especially defensive, and it's just a great stall fast, get up hazards as soon as possible, and just wear down the team from there. So looking at my opponent's team, all I'm really worried about, sure, he has a ton of physical and special threats combined, but I'm not too worried because I do have counters to everything. But Mew is very versatile, so I need to figure out what it does in order to be able to counter it from there. And plus, Snorlax is always usually a setup set, but Chandelure could be as well with Calm Mind. But if Snorlax is Curse or Chandelure being Calm Mind, I'm going to have some trouble wearing those down. So hopefully I take them out as soon as possible. So yeah, let's see how this battle goes. So I just start off with my Gligar to get up my rocks as soon as possible, and he brings in Mew, and I really have no idea what it's going to do because it can be so versatile. So it turns out it just sets up its rocks, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's support, and then it goes for Iron Defense, I'm like, oh, that's gonna baton pass to something. So I try tricking the Scarf, hopefully outspeeding, but either way, it just goes for baton pass that turn, unfortunately. So now I lost my Scarf, which could have really crippled the Snorlax. But instead Mew has it, and now the Snorlax is able to set up for days. And it is the Curse variant, so I'm just figuring out how am I going to take this thing down. I'm just going for Hitmontop to do some Intimidates right now because I'm just not sure what to do. He's going to go for the Body Slam, which does a nice chunk, even though I go for the Intimidate, I'm fully physically defensive. And then I'm going to go into my Gligar, just I don't know, maybe get some EQs off, but he paralyzes that too. But I do have my Cleric being Umbreon, so I'm hoping I can get some Heal Bells off. And it turns out that he is just going to go for the rest here, so it's probably just the Rest Talking Curse Body Slam set. At least that's what I'm thinking, not entirely sure yet though. And then I see it doesn't have Sleep Talk, so I guess it's Rest, Curse, and then 2 moves for coverage. So he's going to wake up, going to go for that Curse again, and I just have no means of taking this thing out. I'm just going to go for the Rapid Spin to get the hazards away, so that way if I do figure something out, all this switching will finally at least help me out a bit. And so Umbreon has foul play, but it's really not going to do too much because of all the Intimidates. The attack stat is lower than the defense stat, so it's really not going to be doing too much. So I'm going to go into my Cofagrigus here. I'm like, okay, I have the Willow. Maybe I can do something with this. So that'll at least cripple its attack momentarily, since it will go for the rest eventually. And then I'm going to go for the Intimidate just to ruin its attack. Turns out it just goes for the rest. So I think I finally find a way to take this thing down, but it's going to be through luck. But before I do that, I decide, you know what? Every time I have a guaranteed 1 turn of sleep that I can set up some hazards, so that's what I'm going to do with Roserade. So I set up 1 layer of spikes, and that's all dandy. So I'm going to go for the Willow now. I miss, unfortunately, so I'm going to try crippling again, trying to get it to rest. And then I mess up again because darn Cofagrigus won't do anything for me. So I finally get the Willow off. I'm going to burn that Snorlax, and basically I'm just trying to get it to rest so I can set up some more hazards. And I kind of make risky predictions doing so, but it tends to work out. This is why I don't go directly into my Roserade, because I kind of take it that Body Slam. But now I'm thinking, okay, just go right back into my Cofagrigus, take the Body Slam, that's the only thing he can hit me with, and so he's going to go for the rest again. And what I realize is he really can't touch my Cofagrigus, so if I just stay in, I should be fine. But I'm going to go into my Roserade since it's definitely asleep for at least 1 guaranteed turn to get my spikes up, go right back into my Cofagrigus, and I am really running out of ways to deal with this thing. Now he does have EQ, which is kind of weird because Miss Magius would entirely counter this set, but unfortunately I do not have Miss Magius. I'm just going to go for the Willow as my final move against this thing, and now the Snorlax is kind of crippled. So I'm going to hope that Meloetta can kind of stall out this thing. I finally have an idea in mind. I'm going to go for Psychics, trying to get the Spadef drop. That's my only hope. So I actually do get one, thankfully, and right in the nick of time, after he got that crit with a Body Slam and I barely survived, now it's a solid 3-hit KO. So since he's guaranteed to sleep for 2 turns and then he's slower, I'm able to take it out in 3 Psychics. So that is fantastic because now this giant threat is gone, and since I have a decent amount of hazards up, I'm able to wear this thing down. And I do have most of my pokes left. Unfortunately, I don't have my Kofag, which would wall this thing for days, but it turns out it's a special variant anyway, so I'm not too worried. So I see this as a free opportunity to get even more hazards up. I could get toxic spikes, I could get my final layer of spikes up, but I do go for the toxic spikes because that will be most beneficial. Turns out it's a workup set, so it's definitely mixed, otherwise you'd use Calm Mind of course. So it goes for the CC. Good thing I went for the Sludge Bomb, because otherwise I wouldn't be in a great situation of taking this thing out. So I am able to take it out. Now Azumarill comes in, I already have most of my hazards up. I could fodder Roserade if I feel like it. Turns out I go for the Giga Dream because I think I'm faster, and it has Sap Sipper. Are you serious? Like, that just blew my mind. So now I'm going to go for the Protect. I mean, it doesn't have huge power, so it's not going to do too much to me, even though it has the attack boost. So I can go for the Foul Play, but I'm going to go for the Wish since I'm at fairly low HP right now. And so, yeah, that Waterfall's doing a decent amount though, even at just at +1. So I can go for the Foul Play here, I can go for the Safe Protect. And I'm probably going to go for the Safe Protect as I do, because I do not want to lose my Umbreon. It is my core right now. So I can go for the Protect again to scout what it's going to do. It turns out it goes for the Trick. So I basically need to think, what can I switch into that can just take this Choice Scarf or Choice Specs? I'm going to go to Meloetta since it has Trick anyway, and I get the Choice Scarf. So I can go for the Psychic, hopefully outspeed, and that's exactly what I do, and I'm able to take out the Chandelure. Now Azumarill comes in, the Aqua Jet's pretty obvious, but I know that, of course, Umbreon is going to take it very nicely since it doesn't even have huge power. So the Azumarill is going to go down, he only has 2 pokes left. Darmanitan is going to take a ton of damage from all these hazards. I can just Protect to stall it out even more, and then I could go out to Gligar or even Hitmontop to just get the Intimidate. I'm going to decide to go into Hitmontop to get the Intimidate just in case Gligar can't take 2 directly. So I am going to have to take that Flare Blitz and not will at all, obviously, since I go down. And now I'm just going to go for the Roost, except he forfeits. So that was a pretty good game, and I hope you all enjoyed. It's definitely a fun team I love using. The only way you can lose with it really is if he gets haxed out or there's pokes that set up. So yeah guys, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.